Welcome to Crimson Guitars and welcome to a short video. Earlier in the week I was sent some glue to try out, and this is from a South African based company called Alcolin, and it's sold all around the world and is very good apparently. Now what we have is some PVA glues and some aliphatic resin glues. What that means, I don't know. But there are 4 different types, and 2 of them, this one, the blue one, Alcolin Ultra, is basically Titebond 3, and the red one is Titebond 50. And by basically, I mean this is Titebond 3 and this is Titebond 50. And because Alcolin have signed up with Franklin, who make Titebond, and licensed their recipes. There we go, that's what I'm after. Anyway, you cannot get Titebond 50 in the UK. It's something I've heard about quite a lot because Gibson use this. And if any of you have ever seen the quality of Gibson's joints, you know that they must use really, really good glue. So, anyway, I've got this, and immediately Christopher, one of the luthiers, stole this the Titebond 50 alike Alcolin Professional wood glue, and it's almost empty, which is terrible because I want to play. Anyway. So this was 2 or 3 days ago when the glue arrived, and I have done a little bit of playing around with the Ultra, and it seems to work really well. They also have a fast set and cold glue, and I'm going to do, we'll see, I'm going to experiment and we'll see what we like. However, yesterday my 2-year-old decided to do this to one of our guitars. I have 3 children. We have 3 children, and we do not have nice guitars in the house because we have 3 children, and because this is what happens. I'm here on a Saturday actually to repair this, and also to glue back or reattach my son's ukulele neck. Anyway, it's besides the point. What I decided to do was film this. This is a completely unscheduled video, so it's Letha, and I'm going to use the Alcolin Professional wood glue to glue this headstock back on, and then see. Normally, especially on a customer's guitar, I would be tempted to pin this as well as just glue up, but the surface is it's a fairly clean crack, and I suspect that the Alcolin Professional will actually be able to glue this up, and I'll leave it clamped up over the weekend, come back in on Monday and string her up, and we will see. I wonder. Clamping time 30 minutes to 4 hours. Open working time 10 minutes. Not for damp wood, of course. It doesn't say anywhere leave for 24 hours or whatever. I'm going to clamp this up for 4 hours. It is 10 o'clock in the morning. I have to go home around about 4ish. So at 4 o'clock, so 6 hours. At 4 o'clock this afternoon, I'm going to turn the cameras back on, declamp, string up, and we will see. Because this is my guitar, I can do this. If this glue does that, then I will use nothing else at Crimson Guitars. Not quite true, because I like super glue for things, and But you know what I mean. Anyway, time to continue taking these strings and tuners off, and we might as well turn this into a little bit of a video watching me do this. Poor guitar. This is what happens when the kids leave it leaning up against a wall and then the toddler toddles into it. Okay, for the purposes of this test, I'm just going to keep these strings attached, and we'll use the same strings. Frankly, I'm not entirely sure if I have a new set of acoustic strings in the building, and given 6 hours, I don't have time to go and buy more. Okay, so it's still attached by the veneer. And we need to take these tuners off. It's not closing up immediately. Oh. See, that's a fairly... I don't need to do anything to that. Because the break happened only yesterday, all I need to do is flood it with glue, clamp it up, and leave it. So I'm going to go find some clamping cauls and wrap them in plastic of some sort. Cling film up. I always keep a rod of cling film around the workshop for just this purpose. Just helps you not glue things to your guitar, for the most part, which is good practice, really, don't you think? Pallet knife, and we're going for the Alcolin Professional. Smells okay. It's a simpler nozzle than the type ones that we've been using. Oh, what a spooge. It actually comes out quite fast. Alright. So, there we go. I'm spreading it liberally with my palette knife. I've ended up with far too much, actually. There really is no art to this. I'm just spooging glue in, and I'm hoping that it's going to do as good a job as I hope. Was that a bad sentence? Okay. Now, once you've done this, when you've flooded something with glue, especially a repair like this, it helps to squeeze it together a couple of times. And that not only spreads the glue throughout the joint nicely, it gets the excess out of your way before clamping. Now, remember, this is my guitar, and a guitar that I have purposefully left around the house for the children to abuse. I'm not particularly worried about it looking wonderful. You know, this is not a lovely guitar. It's an okay guitar. All right, so I've cleaned the excess off, and here I have clamping coil, and I managed to spill glue on my other ones, so we'll just turn that around that way. Let's have a look. Yes, I almost forgot to clean up any spooge on the front of the headstock as well. And this is where it's particularly going to look nasty. But hey, what can you do? Okay, you stay there. Oh no, glue on the neck. I got glue on my hands and then glue on the neck. And, terrible, terrible, naughty luthier. This clamp's too big. It's my favorite clamp. But in this case, I'm actually going to go for lightweight. So, rest that up against the nut. And I really am lucky that this headstock is still attached to the veneer. It's lining it all up nicely, and really, this is an easy job. Don't you hate it when your clamps have been left almost all the way out? Now, under pressure, I've still managed to push out a load of glue. Now, if I hadn't been thinking about videos, I probably would have shaped this caul a little bit better to allow me to have more access to the spooge. But still, clean away what you can. I'm not after perfection here. I'm after a test to see if this glue is strong enough to deal with about 80 pounds of pressure after just 6 hours. Because if it is, well, I'll be slightly surprised, to be honest. There we go, clamped up. Where is my time? Where's the time? Let's have a look. Okay, it is 22 minutes past 10. So, well, we'll see. Roughly 6 hours from now, I'm going to be declamping this, and we'll see what happens. In the meantime, I have a custom guitar to build. Awesome. And a glued up guitar on my bench. Yeah, one clamp's enough. Awesome. Okay, let's find somewhere for you to live. Well, it is 17 minutes past 4 in the afternoon. It has been basically 6 hours. Let's see if this has worked. The snapped off headstock is one of those things that you never really know. As you can see, there's still wet glue in the tuning holes, and that is because we had cling film on both sides. It wasn't under pressure, but there hasn't been enough time or enough air in there for it to cure. basically. So I'm going to have to clean that out. But ooh, I don't know. Putting that under pressure. I'm trying to hold the guitar down. Okay, well, just with my strength here, without trying too hard, I can't break that. I can't break it. So, let's see. Tissue. I kind of want to get home now, so I'm going to put this together. Fairly rapidly. Tell you what, it's partially dried. Now, in the meantime, I've been getting some work done, and one of the interesting things about some of the Alcolin glue is it actually dries the same colour that it starts out at, rather than getting dark. This means that we could actually quite happily mix it, I suspect, with tints and dyes, so that your glue could actually be tailored in colour to what you are gluing. Oh, I don't know, there's a creak in it, I'm not sure what that is. If this cracks now, it's going to smack me in the face. I think I'm going to risk it. You know, it's dried and cured there. Through the pressure that I've been able to put onto it, I haven't been able to make it move. So why not? Why not see what's happening? I'm going to, just while I have it at this stage, I'm going to use some of the Crimson Guitars Fretboard or finish cleaner, and then some of the Restorative. Fresh bit of tissue. Because this fretboard has not been looked at for quite some time, as you can see. So our cleaner, basically, everybody uses, just look at that. Everybody uses lemon oil, which is basically 75–80% petroleum products. It's white spirit and nastiness with a little bit of lemon scent. What I have formulated here is a fantastic, completely clean and safe, frankly, apart from the lemon scent that's in it, you could probably get away with drinking it, I think. You know, I wouldn't recommend it, but nonetheless, it's safe. And so many, if you're working on multiple guitars, the last thing you really want to be doing is spending your days dipping your fingers, basically, in almost pure white spirit. It's nasty. So that's just cleaned off a bunch of years of playing. That's the cleaner. And then the Patent Fretboard Restorative. This is a lovely oil. Also has the lemon scent, because basically everybody who tested it for us said, well, you know, it works very, very well, but it doesn't smell like lemon, and, you know, it really needs to smell like lemon. So same thing. The fretboard oil is a mixture of several different oils that act very differently to the lemon oil. They penetrate as well as clean a little bit, although, as you can see, that's coming away nice and clean. But again, there's no nastiness in here whatsoever, We use similar ingredients. Hell, some of our suppliers also supply, I want to say massage pallet, but that gives the wrong idea. Yeah, you can get this on your fingers all day and you will only be the better for it. Anyway, put a bunch on, rub the excess off, and this fretboard hasn't looked this good in years. It's always the same thing. Your own guitars, especially your own guitars that get chucked about and played by the kids, just never get looked after, do they? Okay, so what do you think? Much better, no? Let me put the lid on before I knock it over and waste all that goodness. Check out crimsonguitars.com if you're interested in getting some of that. Oh, I've made a big mistake here. I completely forgot about isolating these strings before they got all tangled up. Fail. Another fail. I have no tuners. Come on then. There are my tuners. I suppose this is the boring bit really, isn't it? Yes, yes, this is definitely the boring bit. What are you still doing here? All right, the tuners are in. Okay, I'm not gonna bring these completely up to tension just yet. I am really, really expecting this thing to just snap off in my face. I think I can see movement. Ooh, this is fun. Right, there you go. Rest assured that if this was a client's guitar, we would not be messing around quite so much. All right, so an average acoustic, I think, or an average guitar at least, when strung up to tension, puts around about 80 pounds per square inch, I think is the correct terminology, of pressure on the instrument. Scary. That was just the string moving there. Tuner. Damn it, the tuner's in the car. All right. If this goes wrong, try to get my hands out of the way. I'm not sure which way I should go about this. The top E is still as in tune as it was, so nothing's moved so far. Okay, some movement there. I'm hoping it's just the neck flexing, or I'm going to get a fright in a second. This is where it's going to happen. Finally. This is what I feel like tuning a guitar in NST. Just waiting for that high G to break. Well, everybody, we have a guitar. It's roughly in tune. It's got lots of pressure on it. And that is holding, which is more than I can say for my super glue accelerator, which just hit the deck. Well, let's have a look. So it's actually surprisingly pretty joint. We've only lost one little bit of material there. It's completely, it's holding. This is less attractive. I suppose at some point when I no longer have to worry about children snapping headstocks off, I'll re-veneer that and actually fix it properly, but by gum. It's not perfectly in tune. Watch, I'm going to do a bend and the headstock will snap off. Ah, crikey, alrighty. Okay, seriously, what's the time now? What's the time? It is 16:50, so I'm running late. I want to go home because tonight I am buying the new Star Wars DVD because I need to watch that again. So that's what I'm off to do. I am also going to be all geeky and tell my wife just how awesome this glue is. And, you know, seriously, I hid them. It wasn't even the fast set. They do a cold glue, they do a fast set wood glue, and it wasn't even the fast set. 6 hours and a little bit to tune and clean the fretboard later, and we have a new favourite. Alcolin Professional wood glue, because I used the red one, has... This is amazing. To be honest, before this, I would never have tried this with a tight bond. I'm assuming, well, this is technically tight bond 50, so yeah, why not? But they always say clamp it up for X number of hours and then leave it for 24 hours for the full strength of the joint to. I'm just waiting for it to snap. For the joint to be completely cured and all of that. Now, rest assured, if this does snap overnight, I will come back and film an addendum to this video. But if this ends in the next 30 seconds, then rest assured that this glue is fantastic. We are going to be experimenting with various other bits of it. The Ultra, which is basically tight bond 3. But yeah, the Alcolin Professional wood glue. This is something with which I'm falling in love. That's seriously awesome. It's less than 24 hours since the break, 6 hours since I clamped it up, and the guitar's playing again. Thank you for watching. Click like, click subscribe. If you have any ideas, if you want to berate me for doing this job quickly and messily in the interests of science and testing a product, then please do in the comments below. If you have a favorite glue, if you have a favorite brand of glue, let me know. And if you have ever used epoxy to fix a snapped off headstock, shame on you. Shame. The guitar's vibrating. I love it. Thanks for watching. Have an excellent day. Goodbye. Star Wars, here we come. What a glue. Still not broken. Still not broken. Hello, Mr. Guitar. Hello, Mr. Guitar. Oh, you're gonna break. I think.